What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and welcome back to the Week in Gaming for November 26th. This week has been not quite busy, but I've been on something of a roll this week. Doing a lot of gaming this week, which isn't that different from the norm, but let's start from the top. In World of Warcraft, been some interesting stuff going on in there. Obviously, the shattering happened this Tuesday, so the entire world is, well, not Outlands or Northrend, but all of Azeroth was irreversibly changed forever with the coming of Deathwing, which I think is really cool, but doesn't really add a whole lot to actually do at this point. So I haven't really done anything. I went and played Peacebloom vs. Ghoul and got my singing sunflower pet, but that's about it. Because this week was Thanksgiving for the States, didn't even have any raiding this week, so not a whole lot to do in Warcraft. In Starcraft, though, I've been playing a bit of that. Not for the last few days, but on the weekend I played a ton. I haven't really played a whole lot of 1v1. At this point I'm pretty much just playing enough to have content for my Failcraft videos. But I played a lot of other modes. I did all my placement matches for 2v2s and 3v3s. I got placed in the Silver League for both of those, but those aren't really what I've been doing. I've been spending most of my Starcraft time playing 4v4s. I'm not sure if I mentioned last week, but I got placed in gold for 4v4. But I've been playing a lot of 4v4, and I'm finding it pretty fun. It's really neat how it's like, because you got three other guys checking your back, like, it's not quite as intense as a 1v1. You can just kind of mess around a lot more. And there's a whole ton of different things that are viable in 4v4 that's a good strategy that you wouldn't even dream of doing in 1v1. It's pretty fun stuff. Like one match, I was Zerg, and I spent the entire match building nothing but drones, overlords, queens, and spine crawlers, and spore crawlers. And I just gave most of my minerals to my teammates, and my teammates were all Zerg as well, and I spent the entire match just mining and spreading my creep all over the place and doing sneaky, tricky things with spine crawlers and stuff. It was really fun. Towards the end of the one night, though, it started getting really annoying because there were a lot of jerks playing 4v4, and it's a real turn-off. But what can you do? Not a whole lot, really. Outside of the world of Blizzard, been playing more Call of Duty. Last week I beat Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. This week I beat World at War and Black Ops. So I'm kind of done with the big four, and I think I'm pretty much got my FPS fix for the time being. So I don't know that I'm going to be doing a whole lot more of that. Although I'll probably go back and kill some zombies with JFK at some point. I kind of wish Black Ops had more to do single player, though. Meh. I also finally beat Final Fantasy on my iPod, which makes me really happy. Never actually beaten the first Final Fantasy, and the iPod version is very different from the original Final Fantasy, like the original version on the Nintendo, or even the Origins version on the PS1. But I think it was still pretty close in essence. The final boss battle in that game is crazy. Like, every other boss in the game is just a complete pushover that dies in 4 turns. But the last boss, I was fighting for 8 or 10 minutes. It was nuts. I probably spent the last like 5 minutes saying like, okay, die. Are you dead now? Why aren't you dead? Crazy. And I also finally beat Metroid 2 for the Game Boy. And that game was very surprising, actually. I was really surprised how fun that game was. Like, the first half of the game or so was really kind of, I don't want to say grindy, but really kind of dragged out. But the second half of the game, I was digging it. Like, it was pretty fun. I've got a few complaints with that game, but like, for a Game Boy game, it's surprisingly good. And now I guess I get to look forward to playing Super Metroid as I get ever closer to the Metroid Prime games that I have yet to get a hold of. I've come very close a couple times to getting Metroid Prime Collection off eBay for a very good price, but something always throws a wrench in my plans. Either a couple times I've had the seller pull the auction at the last minute because because they weren't happy with the price it was getting. And a couple times I've been outbid at the last minute. It's kind of frustrating, but whatever. Take what you can get. So, I think that's about it. I just finished off like 3 of those games last night, so I'm still kind of figuring out what exactly to play next. So, anyways, that's been it for the week in gaming. I will see you next week. This is Rambling Josh, signing off.